Hey guys, this is Mark Shaws in the Pattern Trader, and I've had a really hectic 2.5 weeks or so. Um, as you guys know, or if you don't know, if you haven't met me, what I try and do is take a piece of the middle out of big moves in the market. So I'm not interested in, fighting it out with my broker for 7 pips or 20 pips on some, inter-hour 15-minute chart with a Bollinger Band crossover. I look at chart patterns that project huge moves in the markets. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been short the NASDAQ and I've been short gold. And, if you've been, paying attention at all, both of those asset markets have crashed. Gold has crashed from $2,100 to about $1,700 right now. And a couple of weeks ago, on a Friday master pattern session. So every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a session called the Master Pattern Trader, where hundreds of members of ours, get on with me, and I go into the live markets and show them what I think is going to happen. So on Friday, February 19th, about 2.5 weeks ago, I saw a key reversal where the market was making a new high and closing on the low of the week. So it was a weekly reversal, but it wasn't only the reversal in a vacuum, but where the reversal was occurring. So I was telling our members at the time that I thought that was going to be the top of the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ had made an all-time new high that week, but was closing on the low. But it was closing on the low within a ascending, broadening price pattern, which is inherently a bearish price pattern. So in a moment, I'm going to go to the real-time charts and show you what I was looking at the time. And so, after I got off our broadcast at around 1 p.m. Eastern time, I guess I convinced myself, of my own tutelage, and I said, I got to get involved in this thing. If I think this is a high, then I got to figure out how to take advantage of it. And I kind of went to town. I started buying put options that expired in the next week, the 26th of February. So on Friday, I started buying the 320 put options the triple Qs. So I bought put options on the triple Qs. The triple Qs are an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. And if you want to buy the NASDAQ, you buy the triple Qs. In this case, I thought the NASDAQ was going to decline, so I was buying put options on the NASDAQ at the time when the NASDAQ was trading around 334. And so I was buying the 320 puts that would expire a week from when I was putting them on. So it was just a huge bet, and if I was wrong, I was going to lose all of the money that I put in the middle to pay for the premium for those options. So I paid about $1 for those options. Each option is based on 100 shares. So each option was, dollar times 100 shares. So I was paying $100, and I bought 350 of them in one account. So that meant I put $35,000 in premium to work in one account, and I did the same in the other. So basically, I bet over $70,000 on these options that are, financial weapons of mass destruction. If you're wrong, you're going to lose all of your money. And so, as Monday opened, the market crashed, and then Tuesday it crashed even more. And the strike price that I thought was very far away, the 320s, the market sliced through there, and the QQQs went to 310, which meant that my options that I paid $1 for went to 10. As you'll see in a moment, I started bailing out between 6 and 8, and I made about 600% on those options in 2 days. And then in the following week, I did the same kind of dipsy doodle rollover, and made about $500,000 in the following week. So my objective when I saw the top of the pattern was to make $1 million, at least 7 figures, on the downdraft that I foresaw in the NASDAQ. But, I already accomplished that. And I think that we're just in phase 1 of this decline. Again, I'm going to show you on the charts. I think that people have no idea of the tech reckoning that is about to occur in the NASDAQ. Today, the NASDAQ was up about 4%. I think that was just a short covering rally. and that this reckoning is going to continue. So I maintained my short positions. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But now I'm going to go to the live charts, show you what I've been up to over the last couple of weeks, show you how I apply my trading methodology in real time, and hopefully you'll get some value from this content. So for the last couple of weeks, we've seen a 10% decline in the NASDAQ, and I just wanted to show you that I was ahead of this decline. In this little email here on February 21st, Sunday, in which I titled Stock Market Rollover, I started to apprise our members that there was the beginning of what I thought was going to be a big decline. You can see under my summary here on the U.S. stock markets, I said the NASDAQ key reversal at the apex of an ascending broadening price pattern could be the signal for a broad decline. And in my analysis, I showed them exactly what I was looking at on that Friday session, where we see this key reversal where the market made a new high, closed on the low within an ascending broadening price pattern. And I said on this chart, key reversal at the peak of an ascending broadening price pattern suggests a lower trajectory could be imminent. Now I'm looking at the real-time chart of the NASDAQ. This is the stock index in the United States that is mostly comprised of the technology sector. This is a weekly chart, which means each one of these price bars represents 1 week in time. And this was the key reversal that I was alluding to on February 21st when I saw it in my Friday master pattern session. And what I mean by key reversal is you can see on this particular bar, the NASDAQ made an all-time high for the index, but by the end of the week, it closed on the low. And when I say on the low, toward the last quartile of the bar. So you can see the lower end of the bar. But it wasn't just the key reversal in a vacuum that was alerting me to a move. It was where that occurred. And what I was looking at was this kind of idiosyncratic pattern called an ascending broadening price pattern. And we call it an ascending broadening price pattern is because throughout the pattern it's ascending, and it starts out life in the pattern narrow and then widens or broadens out at the top. And to my mind, this is inherently a bearish price pattern. It signals a reversal in the market. And to my mind, the reversal was confirmed when we came through the lower end of the ascending broadening price pattern. You can see in today's prices, we're making a bit of a retest, which is not unusual. Once something breaks out of a pattern, it usually goes back, retests, and then if it starts failing, that's really when it picks up steam in earnest. And I believe that is what is going to occur. But notwithstanding, looking at this and using my analysis, this is where I started buying put options in the NASDAQ when the QQQs were trading at about 334. And you can see in the ensuing week, it crashed. And then in the second week, it also crashed. So collectively, I bet on both those declines, and now I'll show you what it actually resulted in terms of my live performance. This is an extract from my real-time trading account on February 19th, where you can see that I was buying the put options. Again, a put option is a bet on a decline in that asset in the QQQs expiring February 26th. So you can see I put these on February 19th. So I had exactly 1 week to pay for this to pay off, or all of these bets were going to be worthless. And you can see that in total I bought 350 put options at around $1 per put option. Now each put option is based on an underlying 100 shares. So you have to multiply 200 times 100. So in this case, it was $20,000 for that particular series. Then I put on another 100, so I paid another $10,000 for that, and that was 50 and approximately another 5,000. So collectively, I paid about $35,000 for that bet. And again, if it didn't pay off in 1 week, I was going to be SOL. So at the time, the QQQs were trading at 334, which is considerably above the 320 strike price. So I required a huge move to have this bet pay off, and I thought that was forthcoming. And so what looks like a kamikaze bet to my mind, there was a method to the madness. Now, this was the outcome. Just 2 market days later, February 23rd, Tuesday, I sold my options for between $5.85 and $8. Remember, I paid $1 per option, and so I made anywhere from 585 to 800% on my proceeds in just 2 days. So the $35,000 bet ended up collecting me $195,800, and I did this across multiple accounts. Now, in the following week, during a live webinar series, I started betting on a fall on that prior Monday. By the Tuesday morning, my account was in the red. You can see I was minus 24,000. I was actually negative $29,000 on this option series. You can see I paid 61,000. They declined by half, so I lost half the market value in just 1 day. But you'll see 1 day forward that $29,000 deficit now went to a $60,000 positive, and you can see that the deficit in my account went from minus 24,000 to 142,000 as the market started to fall in my favor. During that time, I was buying the SQQQs and the UVXY. Both are inverse indexes that go up when the market goes down. So you can see I just had huge bets all over the place that the market was going to decline. I was also short BYND, which I'd been short from about 148. And then 1 day forward, you can see that the difference between Tuesday, where I was minus 24,000, and now I was over 348,000. But I'd already taken off 300 of these options, booked much more profits, and you can see that my account went from a negative to over $500,000 profit in 1 week, added to the previous week's profit of over $500,000, and I already reached my objective of making $1 million on this trade. But I think that it's far from over. I'm still betting that we're going to see substantial declines in the NASDAQ going forward. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. If you would like to understand how I capitalize on monster moves in the markets, then I highly suggest that you sign up for my upcoming live event where for 4 days in a row, I will go into the markets live each day at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'll go and look and see what's happening at the time, show you what I'm thinking, show you what I'm looking at for the next day. In my last webinar series, I really had a bit of a magic act where, each day, I showed our traders what I was doing. I told them on a Monday that I was very bearish the NASDAQ. On Tuesday, I was down in my account, $24,000. On Wednesday, I was up $142,000. By Thursday, I was up over $500,000. So right before their eyes, over thousands of people on that webinar, I showed them what I was up to in the week before last on our live webinar series. So if you're interested, check it out. Go to thepatterntrader.com/live to book your seat for the upcoming live webinars that will be taking place in just a few days. And with that said, I wish you guys a healthy and prosperous trading week, and I will see you next time.